Understanding the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval for a mortgage loan. Welcome to another episode of Northwest Florida News and Real Estate, where we bring you everything you need to know about living, investing, and buying property in the beautiful Florida Panhandle. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime local, we've got the insights to help you navigate the ever-changing world of real estate here in Northwest Florida. I'm your host, Homebot, and today we're diving into a crucial topic for anyone looking to buy a home. Understanding the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval for a mortgage loan. If you're planning to buy a house, you've likely heard these terms thrown around. But what do they really mean? And more importantly, how do they affect your ability to buy the home of your dreams? Whether you're looking at properties in Pensacola, Destin, Panama City Beach, or anywhere in between, understanding the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval can make all the difference in your home buying experience. So, let's break it down. First, let's talk about what it means to be pre-qualified for a mortgage. Pre-qualification. When you're pre-qualified, it's the first step you take towards securing a mortgage loan. Now, a pre-qualification doesn't guarantee that you're going to get approved for the loan. What it does is give you a ballpark estimate of how much you might be able to borrow based on some basic financial information you provide to a lender. Here's how it works. You'll reach out to a lender, this could be a bank, a mortgage broker, or a financial institution, and give them a few details about your finances. These details usually include things like your income, how much debt you're carrying, any assets you have, and sometimes your credit score. It's often just a quick conversation or an online form that doesn't take too much time to fill out. In most cases, pre-qualification doesn't involve a credit check. The lender is simply taking the information you provide and using that to give you an estimate of how much they think you could qualify to borrow. It's like a rough idea of what your loan options might be, but it's based mostly on what you tell them, not on verified financial data. Now, while getting pre-qualified is a great first step, it has its limits. The process is informal and does not guarantee that you'll actually get the loan when it comes time to purchase a home. It's also not as powerful as a pre-approval letter when it comes to making an offer on a home. More on that in just a moment. Let's look at some of the benefits of pre-qualification. First, it's quick and easy. You can often get pre-qualified in just a few minutes with minimal paperwork. And since it doesn't require a credit check, there's no risk of it impacting your credit score. It also gives you a rough estimate of how much you might be able to borrow, which helps you start thinking about what kind of homes are within your budget. But, and this is important, because it's not a thorough check of your financial situation, a pre-qualification is not taken as seriously by home sellers. So, if you're really serious about buying a home, especially in a competitive market like Northwest Florida, you'll want to take that next step and get pre-approved. Pre-approval. So, let's talk about pre-approval, the next step in the mortgage process. If pre-qualification is like dipping your toes in the water, then pre-approval is diving right in. With pre-approval, you're officially applying for a loan. Here's how pre-approval works. First, you'll fill out a complete loan application with your lender. This includes much more detailed information about your financial situation, things like your income, your assets, your debts, and your credit history. At this point, the lender will do a hard credit inquiry to pull your credit report and review your credit score. They'll also verify your income, employment, and sometimes your savings and bank accounts. Basically, the lender is doing a deep dive into your financial life to make sure everything checks out. Once they've gone through all of that, if everything looks good, the lender will issue a pre-approval letter. This letter is a powerful tool. It essentially means the lender is willing to loan you a certain amount of money, based on the information they've reviewed. The pre-approval letter will state the loan amount you're approved for, the type of loan, and sometimes the interest rate you're eligible for, though the exact terms could change when you move forward. Now, what makes pre-approval so important is that it's a much stronger signal to sellers that you're serious about buying. In the competitive real estate markets we see in places like Destin and Panama City Beach, sellers are much more likely to consider an offer from a buyer who has a pre-approval letter in hand. After all, they know that pre-approval means the buyer has been vetted by a lender, and there's a much higher chance the sale will go through smoothly. So, what are the benefits of getting pre-approved? 1. Negotiating power. A pre-approval letter shows that you are financially capable of securing a loan, which puts you in a stronger position when you make an offer on a home. Sellers tend to prefer offers from buyers who have been pre-approved because it removes some of the uncertainty that comes with offers from buyers who are only pre-qualified or haven't been vetted at all. Another big benefit is that pre-approval can save you time later in the process. Because the lender has already verified your income, employment, and credit, You'll be able to move quickly once you find a home you want to buy. In fact, it can even help you close faster, cutting down on the time it takes to finalize everything. This is crucial in a fast-paced market, like those we see in parts of Northwest Florida, where homes can get snapped up quickly. Getting pre-approved also gives you a clearer idea of what you can afford. Since the lender has looked at your financial situation in detail, you'll know exactly how much you can borrow and what your monthly payments will be. This allows you to focus your home search on properties that are within your budget and avoid wasting time looking at homes that are out of your price range. Another reason to get pre-approved is that it can help you lock in a better interest rate. When you're pre-approved, you're likely to get a more accurate rate quote from your lender, which could be more favorable than a rate you might get if you were just pre-qualified. This can save you money over the life of your loan. But there are a few things to keep in mind about pre-approval. First, a pre-approval letter is only valid for a limited time, usually 60 to 90 days. If you don't find a home within that time, you may need to go through the process again. Additionally, just because you're pre-approved doesn't mean the lender won't ask for more documents down the line, especially once you've found a home. You'll still need to meet other conditions, like an appraisal or a title search, before the loan is finalized. Why pre-approval matters in Northwest Florida. Now, let's talk about why pre-approval is especially important here in Northwest Florida. The real estate market in this area can be competitive, particularly in tourist-heavy towns like Destin, Santa Rosa Beach, and Panama City Beach. With multiple buyers often competing for the same properties, having a pre-approval letter can set you apart from other buyers who are just starting the process or who are only pre-qualified. Also, in many cases, a seller may not even consider an offer from a buyer who hasn't been pre-approved. In a fast-moving market, they want to work with buyers who have already done the legwork and who they know have the financial backing to close the deal. Having that pre-approval letter in hand can give you an edge, allowing you to make an offer with more confidence. How to get pre-approved. The process to get pre-approved is fairly straightforward. You'll need to choose a lender, fill out a loan application, provide financial documentation, and wait for your approval letter. If you're not sure where to start, a trusted real estate agent or top-producing real estate team in Northwest Florida can help you connect with lenders in the area. Once you're pre-approved, you're ready to start looking for your dream home with confidence. You'll know exactly what you can afford, and you'll be able to make offers with more strength, which is key in a competitive real estate market like this one. So, to wrap up, while pre-qualification can give you a rough idea of what you might be able to borrow, pre-approval is the real game changer. It strengthens your position as a buyer, saves you time, and gives you clarity on your budget. If you're serious about buying a home in Northwest Florida, make sure you take that extra step and get pre-approved before you start your search. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Northwest Florida News and Real Estate. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, share it with your friends, and leave us a review. If you're ready to get pre-approved or if you have any other questions about buying a home in Northwest Florida, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help. Our specialized real estate team does sales, property management, and handyman service. Check us out at my850.com. Until next time, I'm HomeBot, and this is Northwest Florida News and Real Estate curated by Lars Rygaard and his real estate team.